Hi, you guys.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of Tia's Tidbits with Heather and Randy. This one will be a little bit about, of course, something that we all dread, which is budgeting. And so I know this one can come to, well, let me rephrase that. This one can kind of come like as a bummer for a lot of you because it's like budgeting. Who wants to talk about that? But fortunately, we're here to talk about it with you guys to kind of give you some tips and tricks on how to stick to your budget and how to create budget plans. So for starters, me as a college freshman, I remember being very kind of, if they told me I had $1,000, like, oh, okay, perfect, and I would just spend and spend and spend. So with your student ID, you'll probably have access to your student bucks per se when it comes to like food and all that stuff. Please be very mindful that the money that you get allotted, if you do have any money left over, is for the semester. It's not for the first week or the first month. So be careful with how you spend that money because it is very important that you take care of it and that you make it last for as however long you are there for. So definitely now being a seasoned college student, I definitely take more into consideration kind of more things that I need to take care of, such as bills, such as textbooks, anything that I need. So definitely, if I were you guys, I would definitely make some sort of list to make sure that you are keeping your priorities, keeping your priorities straight and everything. Definitely make a list of what you need, what you don't need, what are your wants and what are your needs. And just kind of having some sort of calendar to keep track of your budget. For this day, I can only spend, let's say, $10. Or Fridays, I know that I want to splurge a little bit and I have the money. Let me go ahead and spend $25 because I know I'll probably go out with my friends, etc., etc. So definitely having some sort of budget planner, like calendar or anything, to kind of map out your money is very, very important. And just because you have $1,000 left over in refund, or $2,000 or $3,000 or maybe $500, doesn't mean that you have to spend it all in one day.
Absolutely.
Please, because we speak from personal experience. Did I need a new laptop at the first day of school? No. But did I get one? Yes. So it's very important for you guys to take in mind that be very mindful with your money. Again, if you know for a fact that you might want to move to an apartment next year, or you want to start saving up money for different things, definitely do that. Again, having some sort of emergency savings is always good because you never know if you might have a flat tire, or if you might, your professor is requiring 2 more textbooks that you need to purchase, or your math teacher says, hey, we're going to get another code for so-and-so that you need to purchase that you can't get out of, because you have to. So be very, very mindful in that situation to have an emergency savings to where you know that you can pull from. And again, that's just some of my tips for how to save money and how to stick to a budget. There's going to be a lot of points in your life, especially as a college freshman, to where you're going to be baited to maybe go out every day with your friends or this or that, but be very, very responsible. It's going to be hard for a lot of you, just because, it's a new atmosphere that you're stepping into. So a lot of it will come as, you want to fit in, or you want to do this, you want to do that, but also take in mind that you should be taking care of yourself first and putting your needs first. So make sure that you're keeping that in mind in everything that you do. But yeah, those are some of my budget planning skills and what I recommend for you guys to do. But now Miss Heather has some tips and tricks for you guys as well.
Yeah, so when I was a first year student, I did not work. I pretty much was just getting by whatever money my parents would send me every so often. So if you're going to be in the same boat, your parents say, I really don't feel like you should work this first semester or your first year. I want you to focus on your academics. We'll send you money for whatever you need. When your parents send you money for books, use them for books. When they send you money to go get your oil changed, use that for that. So I know it's kind of tempting being able to have like, ooh, I got my oil changed and I have an extra $10 because I used a coupon. I'm gonna go to Target and get whatever I want. Like, you may want to eat out at some point. So make sure that when you're using your budget or whenever you're just getting money from your parents, make sure that you also budget that as well, knowing what you need to do. Like if you are living on campus, you don't have your car, and you want to go to the grocery store, if you have to take an Uber there and back, how much is that Uber going to cost you? If you have to go pay for the remainder of your bill and your parents send you a little bit extra, let's figure out what we can do with that money. Should we save it, or should we all spend it right now? Because, if your parents send you money every paycheck that they get or anything like that, it may be a little bit tempting to spend all you have and be like, oh, I'm gonna get paid whenever my mom or my dad or auntie or granny, they get paid. So it's kind of tempting. So I would definitely say be more structured with the way that you spend as well. If you feel like you are comfortable with the job after your first semester, you're like, okay, I got the hang of it, I think that I'll be good. Of course, talk to your parent, your guardian about, hey, I appreciate y'all sending me this money every time you get paid. But I feel like I want my own money as well. I don't want to keep waiting around for you to send me money, or I don't want you to feel like you have to take a portion of your paycheck away and give it to me. And if you want to do that for yourself and you feel like you're comfortable, go for it. But I would highly, highly suggest you work on campus, because if you work on campus, they know that you're a student first. So your hours will have to be around whenever you have class and things like that. So if you are a person that is going to be living on campus, it's even easier for you to just walk to wherever you're working instead of having to find parking and paying for gas and all that good stuff. So I would highly suggest you look for places to work on campus, and I would highly suggest you do that at the beginning of the semesters, or at the end of the semester. They may be hiring for the next one or the next school year, so keep your eyes open for that as well. Also be honest with yourself and honest with the people around you. If your friends are like, ooh, we're gonna go to get tacos on the square, even though you know that you only have $5 to your name, but you have a full meal plan, what are you gonna do? Of course, you may want to go out with your friends, but you can be like, oh, I don't wanna, say I only got $5, even though we're going to BJ's, and it's like, it's a lot of money. Like, be honest with your friends, like, look, I would love to go out with y'all, but I only got $5 right now. If anybody wants to cover me, I got you to give you a swipe at the dining hall. Do stuff like that. Like, people will understand, because it's college. Everybody's pretty much financially in
broke.
We're all broke. Pretty much everybody's broke. So don't feel bad because you're like, if you have to say, you know what, I don't have any gas in my car, I can't go with y'all tonight, but let's kick it at the student activities function that they're having tomorrow. Free food, and it's on campus, so you don't have to drive anywhere, if you live on campus. So definitely make sure that you're utilizing those free opportunities that are on campus for fun stuff and free food. And free t-shirts too, so you don't have to keep buying clothes from the store. Like, just wear a t-shirt.
And side note with what Heather was saying is there are so many free opportunities at your campus, any campus, whether it's a community college or whether it's a four-year university, whether it's out of state, in state, whatever the case may be. There is always going to be opportunities for you to meet new people, for you to have a free meal, or you never know, like Thursdays they might have a showing of a movie at one of the auditoriums that they have, or whatever the case may be. Take those opportunities to not only get the free stuff, but also to meet new people. In that sense too, it's like, it's very important for you guys to do that and be mindful of, hey, I am a college student, like I don't have the job that I want right now because I'm working towards that. So be mindful of that. And then also know that, like Heather was saying, we're all broke college students. We don't have the funds that, we want to have, just because we're not working the job that we want to right now, for a lot of us in the most cases. So take advantage of those free opportunities, as Heather was saying, because they're all around you. They really are.
I would also suggest you getting some sort of like cash money transfer app. That Venmo thing kind of just made me think about it. There's going to be a lot of Venmoing, Cash Apping, Zelling, PayPal. People use PayPal. A lot of that's going to happen in college. So a lot of places, if they're like selling stuff on campus, they'll be like, oh, if you don't have any cash on you, because a lot of people don't really carry cash anymore, you can use Cash App. Or if you are taking your friend to the grocery store and they're like, oh, I got you on gas, but they don't have cash, they can like Cash App you or Zelle you the money.
Or if you leave your purse or wallet at home,
exactly,
like, it'll be on your phone. You always have your phone with you.
If you have an iPhone, I think Samsung does too. You can do like Apple Pay or Google Pay. So utilize that as well. But of course, use it wisely, because I know you can just click, boom, and be wise about that. But definitely, it's a lot easier to get money back and forth to people. Use Zelle, because it goes automatically to your bank account if your bank or your credit union carries that. If not, I think the next best thing would be Venmo. Cash App, I mean, she's cute or whatever, but that's just my opinion. But definitely utilize that. And if your parents don't want to go through the hassle of going all the way to your bank account, they can just Zelle you something real quick. Cash App you something real quick.
Get your parents on it, because once you get your parents on it, they might say something.
Right? You get a little text message.
Yeah, so before you leave for college, make sure that you're letting them know, hey mom, hey dad, hey guardian, there's like a little, app called Venmo, like Zelle or something. So they can be able to, also because a lot of, especially older parents, or older guardians, they may not, be as informed with stuff like this, because of course technology is moving at such a rapid speed that there's a lot to learn. So having them informed of that is really important, especially if for example, they are helping you pay tuition and you need that money sent to you ASAP. They can always do it within those apps and all of that stuff, and it's very, very useful, especially in college.
Definitely. Speaking of which, if you do get a refund, if you are the type of person that has like the Texas grant, or you have some sort of full ride scholarship through the Terry Foundation or anything like that, you will probably be getting a refund for however much your tuition was for that semester. When you get that, make sure that you know how that transaction will be processed, because if you selected on accident that they'll be sending you a check to your parents' house, your mom and dad may open up that envelope, say $5,000, and say, "Oh, we're going to get the house fixed."
Literally.
So make sure that you have the correct address, or if you want to do direct deposit, I feel like direct deposit is the safest
direct deposit
option.
Yes.
Make sure that you make sure that is taken care of. If you don't have a bank account or some sort of like banking thing, I would highly suggest you talk with your parents or guardian or your bank about getting that, because a lot of times, especially if you're getting a job on campus, you'll need your own bank account. So definitely make sure that you take care of that as well. This kind of all goes into budgeting. We're just talking about money today. Sorry, but and also there are a lot of places on campus where they can help you with budgeting. If you have a financial aid office on campus, which everybody does, definitely talk to them like, hey, I have this amount of money. I don't know how to budget. You can talk to them about it, and they can help you out. I know if you go to UNT, they have like a dollars and cents or like a Money Matters office, and they can help you with all that as well. They may have special programs on campus for money management as well. So definitely take advantage of that too. You can always save money, which is also good for your budget as well. When you're buying your textbooks, I highly suggest that you rent them. Used, definitely used.
Rent used,
so that can save you about $200, $300 if it's used. Of course, if it's broke down, don't get that one. Get one that's kind of like good condition, close. It's like just like new condition. Those are usually cheaper.
Or even like if you have a friend that's taking the same class, be like, hey, you want to split half and half?
Go half
on a book. Used, we can always do that. Or if you just have a really cool friend and be like, hey, can I just have screenshots of our reading from last night? Like, okay, yeah, for sure. So. And
sometimes your professors will come in clutch, and they'll have the actual PDF of the textbook, and they'll send it out to you. Or sometimes a class member could find it, be like, hey y'all, here's the textbooks. You don't have to worry about paying for that. So that really happens. So be on the lookout for that too. Also, some of your libraries will have the textbooks already checked out for you. So you just have to say, hey, I'm in this class. I'm looking for the textbook for that, and they'll check it out to you for however many hours, so you can do your quiz, do your studying, all that stuff, and then you just return it, and then it goes on your way. So those are some ways to like save money on books, because I know books is super, super expensive for college too. Also, when you're getting school supplies, if you want to invest in like a laptop or an iPad or a tablet, you can keep all of your notes for your class in that one thing instead of like buying all these notebooks and all that good stuff too. Or if you got a Rocketbook from one of your TS advisors that is reusable, you can just take a picture of it, and then you'll get to your app, so you'll have all your notes there too if you want to utilize that.
Exactly.
Well.
Mm-hmm.
And use student discounts. Oh my gosh.
Yes,
I don't know why.
Discounts.
I didn't know. Literally everywhere, especially if you go live in a college town, you will have places that have student discounts all the time. Like literally yesterday. So I'm a college student again, technically. And I went to this wing place in Denton, and I was wearing my TCU shirt. They're like, "Oh, you're a student discount," and I didn't have to pull out my ID or anything because I don't have one yet. So definitely, I would say when you're going out, wear your college merch because they'll
please. You'll have a lot of it, so
it may seem forced, but it'll help you save money in the long run. And even if they don't, always ask for student discounts. I know it may sound broke, but you are broke. So let's start acting like it,
Yeah.
because ain't nothing wrong with saving the little dollars, even if it's 50 cents. That's 50 cents that go towards something else.
No, do couponing, do anything that you can to save for your.
Oh my gosh, you guys. So there's this app called Unidays.
Yeah.
Literally, download this app. Every last one of you. Discounts for literally everything. If you're getting a Mac, you'll save $200 just because you're a student. Download the Unidays app. They have all types of discounts for every single thing. Costco, if you want to buy all of your snacks and stuff in bulk for you and your roommates. If you want to go travel for the weekend and you want to get an Airbnb for spring break instead of spend all this money in a hotel, they have coupons for that too. Literally everything. They have coupons. All you have to do is sign in with your school login. So if you go to NCTC, put in your NCTC login. If you're going to UNT login. If you're going to A&M, blah, 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 all that stuff. Make sure that you use that because it'll save you money. Because every single time I go online shopping, I'm looking on my little Unidays app, see what the coupons are for today, and I get my clothes from there. Save you some coinage. And also thrifting. Thrifting is really big too. It's in style. It's good for the environment too. And it's pretty cheap depending on where you go.
Yes. And then also there's like, not even that, there's like so like, as Heather was saying, there's so many coupons and discounts that we are unaware about because we're like, oh, well, like we don't get that much. But honestly, like one that I also took advantage of is the Spotify, Hulu, and I think Showtime package for students. It's like $4.99, and it's like all those three things, $5 a month, literally.
Wait, Showtime?
Yeah, what's Showtime?
Showtime? Well, I have Apple Music. If you are an Apple girl or guy or them, they have Apple Music for $4.99 as well. Same thing with Disney Plus. It's $4.99. Pretty much everything is $4.99. Is it $4.99? I think it's $6.99 or $7.99.
Something like that, but
something like that. But yeah, they have lots of discounts for streaming services. So if you and your roommate want to go in half for like, oh, we can get Disney Plus for the apartment. We just, sell each other, however much it is every month. So that can also be something as well. Or you can work that out with your parents as well. So there's plenty of ways to save money and still have fun, be an active college student while saving money. Carpool places. Walk together, ride a bike, ride the train, the bus, because gas is not cheap, y'all.
And don't feel ashamed to do any of that stuff either, because everybody is understanding of the fact that, when you're in a college setting, we are all aware that, we're not the richest of people. We're not, excuse me, we don't have the most money or whatever the case is. Like, we're still trying to get to where we're going. So a lot of us are aware of everybody's situation. So don't feel ashamed for asking for a ride or for asking, hey, like, can you spot me? I got you next time. Like things like that, because, we've all been there before. We've all experienced that. So definitely don't feel any shame in asking for it because it helps all around you. You just have to look for it.
And if you are like, look, I can't send you any gas money today, but I got these noodles, I'll give you the noodles. We need to bring back bartering like we're a caveman, Like, you take me to the store, I'll buy you something to eat for dinner. Like, we should start doing that kind of stuff. And a lot of that is helpful for a lot of people. And people are pretty understanding. I know when you first get to college, you may be like, oh, I don't want them to think, about me. Do not feel bad. No. And don't be afraid to ask for help, you guys. If something happens and one of your loans follows through, or your grant gets taken away because, maybe you didn't do so hot this semester, ask financial aid for help. Ask them to say, hey, this is my situation. I don't have any way to pay this last $1,000. Can you help me out? A lot of times they'll be able to find something for you. And also don't stop looking for scholarships, you guys. Do not. With that being said, I'm going to plug our scholarship spreadsheet down below. Please, I have stuff all the way through November. Utilize it. I spend so many hours of the day looking for y'all. So please use
free
them.
scholarships to apply for. Free money.
So you don't have to worry about paying that out of pocket.
You'd rather have refunds than not have anything at all.
Okay.
So.
We hope that our rambling was helpful. Of course, as always, if you have any questions, need any more help, your TS advisors are there for you. If you're a DHS graduate, Miss Burden has an amazing budgeting idea, so you can reach out to her for that spreadsheet. Even if you didn't go to DHS, you can ask her for that, and she'd be more than happy to send it to you guys. Sorry, Ms. LeAnn, I'm kind of throwing that out at you, but you got it. But yeah, speaking of TS advisors, we do have a special guest today with us. Not here, but over there.
She'll be making an entrance here or there.
Soon. So please open your ears and your hearts to Miss Lauren Burton, who is our TS advisor at Gainesville, for some more tips on budgeting.
Yep. Yay. And she'll be right there.
Thanks for that introduction, you guys. My name is Miss Lauren. As Randy and Heather said, I'm one of the advisors at Gainesville High School, and I'm coming to you with 3 budget tips that hopefully will be helpful to you. So if you see me looking this way, my notes are over there. So let's get into it. So first off, remember that school is your priority. Usually when people talk about budgeting, they say you need to look at your income and then look at your expenses. And then if your expenses are more than your income, you need to increase your income or decrease your expenses. But that's a little bit tricky for you guys as college students, because not only are you looking at money, you're looking at time when you're looking at your budget. So the traditional wisdom for college students is that for every hour you spend in class, you are supposed to spend 2 hours outside of class preparing for it. So when I say preparing for it, it's not just studying for your test, but it's doing your reading, it's doing your homework problems, it's typing up your papers, it's meeting with your group about group projects. So you want to make sure that you budgeted that time. So if you're budgeting your study time, then it may be harder for you to add a lot more work hours. So you want to be sure to just look at your schedule. So at the beginning of the semester, set your intention. It's better to have more time set aside for studying and then find out that you don't need it, than to say, okay, I have all these expenses that I need to work all these hours for, and now I can't get time for my studying. And when people, have too many, if you have too many work hours and you're not dedicating enough time to your studying, then that it can lead to a host of problems. So you having to drop classes, you failing classes, which could mean that your financial aid would get cut. So it's kind of like a snowball. So you just want to make sure that you're setting aside enough time to make school the priority, which may mean cutting your work hours, which may mean cutting your expenses. So think about that. Second tip, it's hard to have it all the time. So prioritize. When I hear that, it kind of makes me feel a certain way, like, prioritize. I can't have it I just feel a certain kind of way. But if you think about it, it's true. So if you always have to have the latest phone, a brand new car, eating out every day, always going shopping, shopping 2 or 3 times a week, think about the cost for self-care and for pursuing hobbies. If you're always doing everything, those costs are adding up. So prioritize what's important to you. It may be that you're spending a lot of money in a category that doesn't really, as Marie Kondo says, spark joy. So if you realize that, it's really important to me to be able to eat out with friends, to be able to go out with friends. If my friends are going on a trip, I want to be able to go, then that's okay. That's okay. That's your priority. So knowing that, look at the other categories and see where you need to pull back. So it might be that if your priority is entertainment, being with friends, then you might be spending a lot of money in another category, like paying a really expensive car payment or always upgrading your phone when the upgrade comes out. And then you're like, that stuff isn't as important to me as this over here is. So make sure you're looking at your priorities. Side note, and this is outside of the tips, this is kind of a bonus. Buying a brand new car is super expensive. It loses value quickly. The car note is usually higher. The insurance costs are usually higher. So if you can get a reliable car, then that's great. But a brand new car may not be worth the investment. So just an outside tip that, you know, you have to kind of look at your situation and see what's best for you. But just know that a brand new car is very expensive. All right. So lastly, third tip, get creative. So even if you say, okay, being with friends, being social, being able to go out is important to me, and these other categories aren't as important to me, that doesn't mean that you can never buy new shoes again, or you can never upgrade your phone, or that, you know, you're going to be walking everywhere. Get creative. So let me see over here. First off, your student ID is wonderful. Students get so many discounts on so many things. So make sure you're using your student ID, getting all the discounts that you can. Take advantage of things on your campus. So instead of going to the movies, wait 2 months for that movie and it may come to campus and you can see it there for free. Take advantage of the free food on campus, the t-shirt giveaways. Sometimes they even have like clothing giveaways where like they'll say, well, we're going to give away professional clothing. So a suit, dresses, et cetera, et cetera. So take advantage of the stuff that's on your campus. Also, don't forget about deals and time of the year specials. So, you know, every year, Black Friday is coming around, Cyber Monday is coming around. You've got Labor Day, Memorial Day, all those different sales and things that come up during the year. So maybe even put a ding in your calendar to remind you that, hey, I've really been looking at this new whatever. Let me see if it comes on sale during this sale period. So keep those things in mind. And then lastly, DIY and trade. If you know that you are really good at doing hair, then maybe you can trade that skill for something else that somebody else has. So if you are going to be hanging out with friends, go ahead and do a potluck. We don't have to go out to Roadhouse and everybody spend $25. Why don't y'all just all come over? We'll have pizza. We'll watch Netflix. It'll be great. So take advantage of your social network, your own personal skills, and then any skills that you can trade with someone else. So if your friend, I don't know, you know what your friends do. I don't know what your friends do. So, okay. So those are my 3 budget tips. 1, remember school is your priority and budget accordingly in terms of your time and money. 2, it's hard to have it all the time. So prioritize. You see, I had to look at it because I was like, And then 3, get creative. With the time of year sales, discounts, X, Y, and Z. Make sure you're getting creative and taking advantage of all the things that you have offered to you. So that's it. Thanks for inviting me, you guys.
Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. We really appreciate all y'all's feedbacks and just for allowing us to continue the series. Your support has meant the world to us. We see our subscribers climbing up slowly but steadily.
14 this week.
Yes, and we're hoping to see at least 20 by next. So
we may have a little something if you tell your friends that we have a YouTube channel, we have weekly videos.
Yes,
so they might want to actually,
tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Please, anybody, your friends, your sisters, your mothers, anything.
Put it on your TikTok, Instagram.
But if you need any additional budgeting tips, talk to your talent search advisor. I am sure they would be more than happy to sit down with you and say, okay, this is the money you have coming in. This is the money that needs to go out. Let's make a plan for how you can best your spending.
Exactly. And if you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, I will always leave our emails down below, as well as, again, Miss Sophie's, Miss LeAnn's, and Miss Diane's email as well. So feel free to contact them as well. But again, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's video, and we'll see you in next week's video. Bye. Guys.